this IM here competes with top-of-the-line sets probably more than $1,000. Good day guys, it is Practiphile, and yeah, today we're going to take a look at NiceHCK Rockies. Yeah, is it NiceHCK? I don't know. Yeah, it's NiceHCK Rockies. Thank you so much, Mark Super Reviews, for sending this in. I actually borrowed this and he is very kind enough to let me borrow this set here. Didn't come with the box, so I'm probably just gonna go straight to just a build, fit, and go straight to the sound because that's what we're here for anyhow. Currently, these are priced around $499, so almost $500. So it falls in this category here. My $251 to $499 categories just barely made it there. Comes with a nice cable, just standard cable. No, it's not interchangeable. I don't think it is. It's made of resin. I think it's resin shell. And as for the fit, they actually fit okay. I would say okay because the longer you listen to them, at least for my ears, it actually, because it doesn't have that fin that contours to my ear canal, so it's a little bit straining some parts of my ear. So just letting you know that you may not have a great fit with this because the molds are, I guess, just standard and it's not like a full level comfort, if that makes sense. Yeah, let us just move on to the sound here. The graph of the Rockies looks like that one, right? And as you can see, it's, let me just overlay my balance target in there. It's kind of like following the meta target or the meta, just the metal tuning overall. And if I actually put the Mega 5 EST in there, look at that. It's just, it's like channel imbalance. So a lot of people, I think, have noticed it, that it's kind of like very familiar or very similar with the Mega 5 ESTs in there. And personally, I actually prefer, I know what's going on. I just prefer the sound of the Rockies compared to the Mega 5 ESTs. I don't know if it's the BAs that they're using that really matches with the ESTs, but for me, the Rockies sounds more nuanced and the resolution is better compared to the Mega 5 ESTs. Now, what I mean by that is the Rockies is also leaning to a brighter, a little bit brighter in tonality. Not like super bright, it's still, okay, it's like balanced with a little bit of treble emphasis. That's how I can call the Rockies. It's not neutral per se, it's just balanced with a little bit of emphasis on the treble. It could be because of the bass elevation, it could be because of some elevation there in the treble, it could be both. But for me, these are like balanced with a little bit of emphasis on the treble. So personally, I like the tuning itself. I actually would give the tuning a score of 3. Moving on to the bass has, well, it's just okay. It complements with the signature, but I wish it had a little bit more mid-bass in there, maybe to compensate with the treble forwardness. That's just my personal preference. Overall, the bass is just there. It's not doing anything wrong, and it's also not doing anything good. But I like that it's clean sounding, it's tactile. I didn't hear any bleed in there into the mids. So for the bass, I'm giving it 2.5. Moving on to the mids, the vocals on this, the instruments, just everything sounds very natural and engaging at the same time. I really like the mids. I really like how the mids are implemented on the Rockies. Like every time I listen to this, I just say, what the f is this? I mean, it's been a long time since I've had that kind of experience with earphones or like headphones. But every time I listen to the Rockies, it's just like, it's so natural. Really, I thought this could have been priced more expensive. I mean, this can go toe-to-toe with top-of-the-line sets, and these are only priced, I mean, $499 is still expensive, I know. But maybe this is just from personal experience that the Rockies mids is just really captivating. I mean, especially for female vocals, like if you're into J-pop and K-pop and whatever pop you want, Taylor Swift, they are really good for the mids. So for the mids on this, I'm giving it a 3. Treble, I do think the ESTs are implemented really well. They do have that sizzle, that EST kind of timbre that I like, because there are ESTs that I don't like the implementation because they can be sandy. So I think, I don't know, maybe the BA, they match the ESTs with BAs in here, and so it has that very good cymbal timbre to them. Although they are a little bit forward, I didn't find the cymbals to be splashy. I tried it with my drums, and everything was really crisp. Like even with the snares were really snapping. I attribute that to the treble elevation in there. It's not really too much, it's just that it's at there playing at the edge of being too much, but not really. So maybe a little bit of elevation in the mid bass or a little bit of decrease at the treble would really help, but still, the treble is well done on this. I'm giving the treble a 3. And lastly, for the technicalities, again, for $499, I do think that these can compete with top-of-the-line sets, like even with $1,000, the Monarchs, or even with the Cadenza 12, because you get the cymbal timbre from ESTs, which is crazy. Very good tonality overall, very likable. I mean, the tonality, if you prefer bassy, these might not be for you. If you prefer balance to leaning a little bit of bright, like kind of like the Hexa, this can be a very good upgrade if you're looking for an end game. Really good stage depth, the proportion is really good, realism is really good, 3D spacing, I like it. For the text on this, I'm giving a 3. That's a total of 14.5, so this is going to be my S+. It could have been perfect just because of that bass. I mean, if it had like, you know, if it had a little bit of more impact on bass, it could have had like a perfect score, but hey, you can't get all. I mean, like, there has to be a con for this, right? So yeah, S+, good job, NiceHCK, really well tuned set in here. So let's move on to the comparisons now. And of course, again, I talked a little bit with the Mega 5 ESTs. I do think that I prefer the Rockies here. I don't know, there's just something about the Rockies that I feel like the drivers are well implemented. The Mega 5 ESTs for me were a little bit, I don't know, like I was a little bit underwhelmed about it because there was too much hype with it. And when I heard it, it was like, yeah, it was okay. And the treble was not as smooth as I wanted it to be, even if they had that EST. So for this comparison, I would probably choose the Rockies over the Mega 5 EST. I don't mind it to have a little bit of brighter tilt because I can pair it with ear tips that can boost the bass or warmer sources, if that makes sense. Next up is the Odyssey. I would just like to mention the Odyssey here because if you are coming from the Odyssey, this could be a very good upgrade. If you like the Odyssey and if you want that EST treble, it shows there that the Odyssey also grabs pretty close except for the gain in there. The treble smoothness is also there. I don't know why I'm comparing them, but maybe I'm putting the Odyssey here just to let you know that if you're coming from the Odyssey, the Rockies is actually a good upgrade to that. Another one on the price range is the Studio 4, which is my reference set right there. So the Studio 4s are a little more neutral in approach, as you can see there. There's lesser bass, however, with the there's a cut there at 6K with the Studio 4s, and what it does is it lifts the vocals a little bit more forward and also gives that bass a little bit more body. It doesn't have that cut with the Rockies, however, it does have some elevation there in the lower mid bass and the sub bass. It may look like that the Rockies is bassier, but for me, like, the Studio 4s are actually much warmer in tonality, and I think it's also because of that very relaxed treble in there. Compared to the Rockies wherein there's a little bit of elevation there in the treble and the ESTs as well. What else can I compare it with? Though again, I did mention that these can compete with the Monarchs. These can compete with the Monarchs, which are like almost twice the price. Let's put Supernova here, like 7 Acoustic Supernova right there. And you know that Supernova is also a little more expensive. They have like a little bit of a little similar in the bass profile, and the only difference is probably like the gain in there, and that's why the Supernova has more focus on vocal body. Masha on that vocal body. Yeah, this is hard. I personally though, I think I prefer the Rockies here. The Rockies does have that EST timbre that I like. So I mean, if you are sensitive to EST timbre, that's probably not for you, but for me, this is a very great IM. Like, you can endgame this if you don't mind a brighter tilt or a brighter tonality. So I guess that is it for today, guys. Yeah, I guess that is it for today, guys. I really thank you for watching my content. Yeah, for the viewers, I think that you can get the Rockies if you like to experience, EST treble, like good, well-implemented EST treble, a tribrid, and without breaking your bank. I mean, like 499 is still expensive. It's still gonna break your bank. Just don't tell your girlfriend or wife that you've bought them. For the company, NiceHCK, I like how they implemented this. I do have some of your products. I have your earbuds. Haven't really reviewed your IEMs yet, but so far this is a very, very promising set. S plus for me, I really give S plus rank to IEMs because I'm very, very picky now, but I guess it's well deserved, at least for me. So yeah, if you like my content, consider liking, subscribing, and see you in my next video. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.